Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda, and I am an energy reader here on YouTube. I use my intuition and divination cards in order to communicate messages from spirit as energy sits. Now, this video is timeless, so whenever you click on this video or find this video, the message was meant for you. Now, this is a collective reading, so not everything, 100% of that reading is going to resonate. Just take what resonates. And certainly if you feel nothing's resonating, you can go check out another pile. But pretty certain the bulk of the messages coming in from spirit will be on the pile that you're most drawn to, or I guess the angel in this case. Now we will be taking a look at messages from spirit regarding your next big blessing. So the next thing coming into your life, whatever significant, what's coming around the corner for you, whatever spirit wants to guide you in and communicate to you. So we will ask spirit for blessings and something of significance, and hopefully we get a timeline as well for you guys. But take a look at these 4 angels and pick whichever one is calling out to you. So we will put the timestamps down below. For the first pile, we have this piece of selenite. And then for pile number 2, we have this rose quartz. And then for pile number 3, we have this onyx. And then for pile number 4, we have this piece of hematite. Okay, so pick whichever angel is calling out to you, and then we will see you at your reading. All right, see you soon. Hello, pile number 1. If you pick this selenite angel, then pile number 1, I'll put your angel right here. Pile number 1, this is your reading. Now we will be asking spirit for the next big blessing coming into your life. So something significant, and hopefully we can get some timelines as well. But spirit will ask for pile number 1 if we can get clear and concise message regarding the next big blessing coming in for pile number 1. What's around the corner for pile number 1? Thank you so much, Spirit. We are so blessed. And pile number 1, I'm so grateful and thankful for you returning. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, please consider subscribing, leave a like, leave a comment. All right. Now, as I was saying, this is a collective reading, so not 100% of the message will resonate, but I will be as clear and concise in communicating what I see here for the next big blessing for my pile number 1. All right. So we have the 6 of Cups. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Fool. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. And we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So this is kind of the groundwork, painting the picture of what is going on so we can get into the big blessing for pile number 1. Give me a minute to pick up this energy and I will communicate what I'm seeing. Okay, so for pile number 1, I like to start from beginning to end, but I'm kind of really drawn to this Fool card in the middle. Now, the Fool card speaks of someone who is looking at taking a leap of faith in an area, not knowing the outcome, but kind of excited, a little naive, maybe going in blind with lessons to be learned, but very much an openness. Okay, but the fact that this Fool is looking to the left, I mean, in the Fool card, he's walking off a cliff. I just feel like this Fool card is really fixated on something in the past that this Fool wasn't really able to fully let go of. And I feel here with the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Cups speaks of memories, speaks of past enjoyment, home, old friends, things that kind of remind us of the past, acquaintances from the past, memories from the past. And I just feel like this Fool is kind of looking to the past for, I guess, situations that have happened in the past. And this card can also speak of old love, reconciliation. So it's just kind of a feeling of nostalgia. But it is coupled here with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles speaks of putting in effort and collaborating and really trying to build something, being creative, but usually it involves multiple people and trying to get something off the ground that is tangible. It's a project. It's something that you're trying to kind of create or build. And I feel as though because this card only has one person in it, and normally there are three people in the Three of Pentacles, I just feel like maybe in the past you felt like you were trying to create something or build something spectacular, or at least there was an idea of something that seemed promising, that was going to, that you were going to build upon, but maybe you felt like you were alone in creating this, okay, this project from the past, this relationship from the past, or this something in the past that you were trying to build or create, okay? And I do sense here with the Fool looking back at that it's something you didn't quite maybe let go of, or a project you kind of put to the side, something that you kind of just kind of let sit there because either you weren't able to complete it, maybe because there was only one participant here, or you were the only one really building something and needed more help. Maybe you were the only one putting in effort and needed another party to kind of help commit. Now, I feel like with this card as well, it could be somebody who isn't quite maybe even experienced in an area, but has been is trying their best. Maybe they've been enlisted in helping create something. But I just feel like with this card, maybe you felt like you were alone in building this project, or you were lacking resources in order to create something. Okay, now with the Three of Wands, it speaks of the future and waiting for your ships to come in, and things that you put into action are now kind of coming towards you. So it could very well be all the preparation and studying and gathering in the past is now, you know, accumulated to something that you're kind of waiting to see the fruits of your labor kind of come in. But with it in reverse, I just feel like certainly this is something that you've given up any sort of hope in gaining something out of. Okay, and with the Three of Cups as well in reverse, because the Three of Cups speaks of your social network, a group of people, you know, it's still giving me this Three of Pentacles type vibe, you know, groupings of people who you expected to kind of come together to, with this is a lighthearted energy, but also a card of celebration and joy. Just with it in reverse, I feel as though potentially what could have been taken off the ground as something special probably ended up not turning out exactly as such. Now, because the Three of Cups in reverse can also speak of overindulgent behaviors in an area that is, you know, like let's say spending, investing, exerting too much of something that the end result isn't always the greatest, okay? I just feel like here it was needing other participants or someone from the past or a project from the past that didn't quite come to fruition here. Okay, so what else do we have, Spirit, for the next big blessing for pile number one? Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We have the Five of Cups. Next big blessing for pile number 1. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, wow, this is really mimicking the same type of energy again. Okay, so now we're kind of going up into another layer here. Now, the Ten of Wands speaks of this working overtime, a heavy load, working alone, really being stressed to the point of almost breaking. In reverse could very well be, you know, something's given away or help is now being offered or the load is being lifted. And I just feel like there was this sadness, you know, this grievance of maybe having to part with this project or this relationship or this thing that never really quite happened, and there's this heavy sadness looking back on something that could have been. And you know, with this Ten of Wands in reverse, it could very well be acknowledging that alone, you know, you couldn't bring this project to fruition. Okay, and this Seven of Pentacles, exact same feeling that we got here, which is somebody putting in their energy, putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of effort and detail, and really trying to work on something and give of themselves. But there's this feeling of almost over investing in something and then hoping to be able to kind of gather all of the rewards after putting in energy and effort. But it is a card of almost wondering whether it's worth continuing on investing, right? So you see this guy and he's been planting all his seeds and he's been tending to his garden, and then he wants to harvest all of these pentacles in this bush here, but maybe what he's getting out of it does not quite reflect what it is that he needs. And with it in reverse, it certainly means most likely someone who's given up before they were able to see the fruits of their labor. So it could be you started something, there was a project, there was connection, there was a relationship, there was a business, something that you were working on that you felt like you needed some more. And yeah, emotionally, it really hit you. Like emotionally, you were really attached to this project and you had to walk away. But part of you did not emotionally detach, okay? Because the Eight of Cups means walking away from something you really feel emotionally connected to and having a very difficult time releasing yourself in order to move away so that you can emotionally free yourself. But with it in reverse, it's like someone who has a hard time or has a difficult time letting go of a past situation that they're still emotionally invested in, okay? So next big blessing here for pile number 1. Next big blessing. What's this big blessing here for pile number 1, spirits? We got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We got the World in reverse. And we got the Page of Cups upright. Okay, let's just move this to the side here. Let me shuffle these down so we can make room for the crown here. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, this does speak of trying to balance things out. And it seems to me like this whole project, this whole effort, one-sided effort has been really lopsided. Up until now, it's been you trying to make things, manage things in a way that was going to give you an outcome that you were expecting, but having to juggle this all by yourself, feeling like you were going to just give way, you were strapped thin. It was just very difficult for you to manage. Now with the World in reverse, this is confirming that there isn't an end, or there hasn't been a closure, a successful closure of this project. There's still loose ends that need to be buttoned down, that there's still a finishing that needs to happen here. And now with the Page of Cups, this could very well be you being ignited in a creative way to have a beginning in this area that's going to spark you to move forward. So it could be very well be, if this is a relationship or reconciliation, with an offering coming in of love, or this couple love that you've been waiting on. If this is desiring an inspiration to continue or press forward in an area that you've lost any sort of desire to move forward, because either you've been creatively blocked or emotionally dissatisfied. I see as though you've been emotionally invested here, but I just feel like you're going to get this offering from somebody coming in to help spark this and get this going, help you complete this. Maybe this is self-driven, or this could very well be someone else coming in to give you that that dreamy hope of picking this up and getting this off the ground, or at least completing the final steps required in this project. Okay, so if you have your baby that you're working on and you've put it aside and you've been looking everywhere to maybe, let's say, a book that you've been creatively working on and you're looking to get it published, you will have some interest. Okay, if you've been working on some art and you're looking for someone that shows interest in buying a piece of art that you've been kind of working on, I see someone coming in here who's interested in your artwork, who makes you an offer. You know, if you've been putting in effort towards someone from your past who's kind of been a little bit emotionally distant, I see this person coming in with this cup of love. So there is this beginning, okay, of a spark, of a dream, of an idea coming in around the corner. And with the Empress card being the crowning card, I mean, that was certainly a big jump, because we saw all of this build up, and I could really see how much this really means to you guys, because there is this wanting to move forward, this understanding of how much happiness and desire that this project or this connection or this, you know, this enterprise would mean to you, but just feeling so overwhelmed with the amount of effort and energy. And really, I think the big part was not having what it is that you needed in order to proceed, and not wanting to let it go, but having no other choice but to move forward, knowing that there was a part of this that was incomplete or not finalized. But with the Empress here, this is like the most abundant, fruitful card in the tarot deck. The Empress speaks of deep, true love and fertility and abundance, and the Empress is just someone coming into their power. It is all the queens in one in order to manifest what it is that she needs in order to be successful. This is the divine feminine right here. So I feel like you are at the top of your power. So either you're able to pick yourself up in a way that helps drive this creativity to finish out a project that you've started that turns out to be very rewarding for you, or the help that you needed initially comes in from an unexpected person, from someone who is also passionately excited to get started, and emotionally invested in wanting to start with you to continue through this project. Okay, to see to it that you close this out, or at least it's opening the door for you to be able to close this out. Okay, so now we will pull 3 cards here from the Lenormand. We'll ask Spirit for the next big blessing here for pile number 1. Some confirmation for this next big blessing for pile number 1. Thank you very much, Spirit. All right, so what do we have? We have the House. We have a whole bunch of cards. I will not take any of these, only because there was way too many and none of them are calling out to me individually. So let's do that again, Spirit. Can we please get, I do feel this one here. Ooh, we have the Moon, and I won't take it reverse, but we do have the Moon. And one more card. Oh, and the snake here. Okay. So snake also can represent feminine energy here in the Lenormand cards. And because we have the Empress here, you know, I am picking up this feminine energy. But also what I get with the snake is you're able to heal yourself from past situation that you were looking back on or hanging on to. Okay, but reading this, I see that there was some sort of uncertainty around something that would have caused some stability. With the home here, it is a sense of family stability with the number 4, security, and there was some question around this. Okay, so what was going to be, sorry, with nails it's always impossible to pick up these cards, what was going to be, you know, the best outcome here for the stability, for the family, for the home. There seemed to be some sort of question, and if there was any doubt, what Spirit is saying is that all doubt will be removed. And with this snake coming out here, I feel as though despite all the uncertainties, there's an ability to break out and complete a project that is very fruitful and may have been causing more pain up until now, but this is Spirit's way to let you know that you are going to be able to see this through to fruition. And it does offer a level of healing that maybe even potentially you weren't aware of that was required. Okay, so now let's take a look at, I want to see in the Mystical Lenormand here, if I can. Oh, I thought the Mystical Lenormand came with a little booklet. Well, that's okay. We have another little booklet in here. Let's take a look at the message here for snake. Let's see if there's anything. Now, this is from Under the Roses, but in Lenormand, the meanings of the cards are pretty much the same, but I mean, the author may have slight variances. So let's see. We have here, okay, so the snake could very well mean deception, lies, tricks, and betrayal, seduction and temptation, jealousy and manipulation. So these sound like all the things that potentially, you know, you may have been experiencing here with the manipulation, disappointment, difficulties, distraction, loss, falseness, hypocrisy, and indecision, being lied to. But sometimes this card can even represent the other woman. Okay, so now what I feel here is there was some illusion and there was some unclear certainty regarding this project that was making the stability of this project, of this desire, seem unclear. Okay, and with the snake coming out after the moon, I feel as though the other woman, which is your Empress, your divine being, is coming out able to identify what needed to be done in order to complete this project. Okay, now this inspiration comes from, like we said, an unknown person, potentially yourself, a new creative idea that helps spark something for you to move this forward. But I feel like the breaking out of this illusion is someone who's healed themselves enough to be able to move forward, okay, with creativity, with a cup of love, to stand in their own power, to complete a cycle through to the end. Now I'm going to get some clarifiers here on this Page of Cups, just to see if we have some more on this Page of Cups. And then we'll pull some more on this snake as well. So what do we see here? Okay, so we see the Two of Cups here. Now, it was wanting to come in reverse. So for a lot of you guys, it could very well be a partnership. Okay, now when you see the Two of Cups, this does speak of a romantic partnership between two people. Now, it is in reverse, so potentially relationship come to an end. Now, if it's not a love romantic relationship, it could just very well be a partnership of someone from a past, a best friend, someone that you've known in the past, an acquaintance who you were trying to work with, but the partnership came to an end. And this could certainly be this person coming forward, wanting to now present this cup of love, show this interest. Okay, so we'll pull one more here. Yeah, so with the Ace of Wands in reverse, it talks about how the desire to move forward may have been missing, right? The confidence, there was lack. There was, again, picking up cards with nails. Okay, so there was a lack of drive. There was a lack of follow through. There was this inability to want to move forward. And with this Page of Cups, now we're stepping out of this energy into, you know, what can I do to move forward here with you? All right, so whether you guys want to move forward or not with this Page of Cups is certainly up to you, because you are now sitting in this Empress energy. But we will take a look at this snake, because it was talking about the other woman, and I do feel as though you're certainly not the same woman who was going on down here, who was maybe wanting the help, who was desperately looking for support in completing a project or a one-sided relationship, carrying the bulk of the effort. Let's take a look what Spirit has to say for clarity around the snake. Okay, so now we have the Moon. So we know there is definitely some deception. There was some uncertainty. There was some unclarity. What else do we have? Got the Nine of Pentacles. And with the Nine of Pentacles, now it's coming in reverse. This is the doing it alone card, being successful and in your own right, you know, doing things in a way that you should be proud of, because it enables you to stand up and be successful for everything that you've accomplished kind of on your own. And with it in reverse, I feel up until now, possibly a lot of you guys felt as though you haven't been able to say, there needed to be closure, and you haven't been able to say that the work or the effort that you put forward resulted in anything that gave you a sense of independence or a sense of self. It kind of almost seemed like you wasted, or at least you felt you wasted a lot of your effort, you wasted a lot of your energy. And with the Moon here being uncertain, possibly you needed closure. There was no closure around a situation, and you were just not clear, okay? And it made you feel as though, you know, you weren't able to be in your Empress energy. You're kind of feeling very low confidence, feeling like maybe you needed someone. And now I see with this, what Spirit is saying is that you don't really even need anyone at all. And maybe with this page coming out, it allows you to see clearly what it is that you want and how you want to move forward. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords was coming in reverse. So yeah, it could potentially be a conversation that allows you to see things for what they are and be able to heal, be able to identify yourself as someone who is different potentially than how you were in the initial stages of a project or of a relationship. And with a person who is looking at extending maybe this offer, maybe too late, maybe to give closure, but I do see you here as someone who who's definitely in your power and not needing anybody else to make you feel as though you're certainly capable of, you know, creating your own abundance. So because this is your next big blessing from Spirit, this is something pretty big, because I had the intentions here to ask for Spirit, not just some sort of blessing, but some big blessing around the corner. So this could very well be something that has been weighing you down, something that you needed some clarity on. For some of you guys, maybe maybe you wanted some information regarding a situation that you're in that made you feel like there was something missing. And this might be Spirit's way of confirming that potentially there was another individual or third party, with this being the other woman, interfering in the connection with you and your person, and which is why this person was unable to move forward or not wanting to put in forward the effort. Maybe this person comes forward and you do get to the bottom of the truth. There is some finding out of, you know, of what's happened here, but we do have clarity. We do have you stepping into your Empress power, and potentially this person, you know, or another person comes into your life that allows you to recognize maybe where you were hung up on a situation that was holding you back. And, you know, and you recognize that not everyone is deceptive, and not everyone is going to treat you in the same way that maybe you were being treated here in this level here. Okay, because I do see that there was this relationship that had to come to an end, and, you know, that there were efforts being kind of held back, and, you know, I do see you putting in a lot of effort and moving forward, and then kind of stalling out and there being no closure. I definitely see closure here. Okay, so now let's just ask for 3 cards here up at the top by the Empress to see why this is such a big blessing for you, if we can get some more. Thank you, Spirit. 3 more cards from pile number 1. We got the Page of Swords, which is very similar to this Knight of Swords here in reverse. And we got the 9 of Cups in reverse. And we got the 4 of Cups. Okay, so I do feel as though with this coming out that there is some communication that is potentially something you may already know, but maybe hard to hear, but certainly required in order to break free from this painful situation. Okay, because with the 9 of Cups, it speaks of someone not necessarily getting one's wish, or it could speak of somebody overindulging themselves and kind of being in the state of gloating almost. Okay, now I see you guys potentially being right in a situation, and although it isn't ideal for you, it does allow you to break free and not be as emotionally invested in this particular situation anymore. Okay, so this card speaks of someone who is apathetic, probably doesn't really have interest in it anymore. So if there was an attachment to something that didn't fully close out, you best believe you're feeling a little different about it. Now, if this was a project that you were working on that you needed assistance in, I do see help coming in from someone equally as creative, wanting to drive forward with your Empress power, where I don't feel like you have to do much to take this off the ground. Because the bulk of this has been already, the foundation of this has already been laid, and, you know, now maybe some help that you've not seen before coming in to you in order to help move this forward. Okay, so this is the next big blessing for you guys. I wish you guys all the very best here. Sounds like, you know, a difficult situation, but definitely with a silver lining. So if you were expecting closure on a situation, you can certainly expect that. And if you were looking at continuing on with a project that you still felt emotionally invested in, you can certainly expect that as well. So just take what resonates for you and what you would consider as the big blessing, and we'll thank Spirit for this information. All right, thank you so much. Pile number 1, you can pick another pile if you're so inclined, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful souls. Pile number 2, if you pick the Rose Quartz Angel, then this will be your reading, and we will ask Spirit for the next big blessing for pile number 2. All right, so we have the 5 of Swords coming out. Spirit, please be clear and concise for pile number 2 regarding the next big blessing. And pile number 2, I'm so grateful and thankful for you allowing me to tap into your energy. Thank you, thank you. So hopefully we'll get some timelines as well from Spirit here. So we got the 5 of Swords, we got the Hermit, we got the Page of Wands, we got the King of Cups, and we got the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so what do we have? All right, so the 5 of Swords speaks of a very challenging situation, okay? Now, it could very well be something that someone's done that was unexpected, but it was unexpectedly painful, and it's something potentially that has caused pain in both for you and for the other individual. So there's definitely a challenging situation here in which you probably had to retreat or pull away or take some time apart in order to reflect, in order to look within, and possibly it could have even been you in a situation that you've acted in a way that maybe you're not proud of, or maybe something had to be done in such a way that the outcome resulted in no one really winning. But I feel like you've pulled away for some introspection regarding this. But I do see here with the Page of Wands and the King of Cups that there is this communication coming in of love, but also this compassion that maybe you were wanting, or maybe you were contemplating on. But I do see this coming in from a King of Cups. So this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we do have the Virgo card here as well. But possibly you were contemplating, maybe even communicating with, you know, in this challenging situation with maybe the individuals that were involved, and coming forward to you know, extend a cup of love. Or maybe you were expecting this from whoever might have wronged you in a situation here. But I do see here with the Lovers in reverse that it could have very well been a breakup, because the Lovers in reverse speaks of the end of something that you love. So a partnership, a relationship, a project, but because of this challenging situation, an argument, a fight, something that's really big, okay? So probably like a fight, just a very challenging situation where the end of a relationship kind of had to ensue. But I do see here with the Page of Wands, this is the communication card. This is the spark of starting something again. And it could very well be that because of a situation that was very challenging and had to put an end to a relationship, that you've been hermit for a while, turned inwards and wanting to start anew. And I do see this new beginning here in communication that's going to provide excitement here with the stirrings of compassion and love and emotion. Okay, so I don't know if it's the same person, but certainly, like I said, we have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Virgo. So if that gives you any indication to this situation that we started off with, then you will know who that would be. All right, so now we're going to ask Spirit to give us another row here for the next big blessing coming in here for pile number 2. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups. Wow, 10 of Cups, guys. And the 8 of Wands. And the Justice in reverse. And one more card. 6 of Cups. Okay, so wow, this is pretty intense here. So when you have the Knight of, or the King of Cups, which is, you know, a very compassionate king, coming out here with the Page, which is kind of more of the inkling or the beginning of communication, we do see the full potential of this emotional, I guess, result of this emotional union coming together with these 10 of Cups, which speaks of that emotional fulfillment at its greatest extent. So the 10 of Cups is having pretty much everything you would want to have to fulfill you emotionally. Happy life. And the fact that we see this 8 of Wands coming out, this is very, very fast speed. So potentially you were not expecting communication, and you got some communication about this love, about this relationship. And I do feel like this relationship, I know it's very cliche, we keep hearing the relationship in the past, but because I do have this 6 of Cups, I can't, ignore the fact that we have this reconciliation card here. Someone from the past coming back in, maybe a friendship that was lost because of an argument, that you guys put an end to this this friendship, coming back in, or stirring your emotions again, but kind of jumping right back into this 10 of Cups with the 8 of Wands. It also can mean travel, so maybe potentially there's some travel involved, but it certainly goes from a 1 to a 10 in a very quick period of time. Now, because we see the Justice card here in reverse, could mean that there was an apology owed that never really came. So maybe from this 5 of Swords, you were expecting a sorry or an apology from somebody in the past, and potentially this is an opportunity for you to make amends, for you to apologize, or for someone to come in to apologize to you. And okay, we'll ask Spirit for the next row here for pile number 2. What else do we see? Thank you, Spirit. We got the 4 of Swords in reverse. We got the Knight of Swords, and we got the Knight of Cups. Okay. So the 4 of Swords is the healing card, somebody taking a pause. So I feel like there potentially was a person or a set of people even that maybe you had to break away from because there was a painful situation. But I feel with the Swords in reverse that, the healing's been done. You guys are coming out of a situation that maybe you had to heal from. Maybe this person was upset. Now they're coming out. They're not as upset. There's a conversation that is painful, and maybe words are said that airs light in a situation that was very challenging. And I do see here with the Knight of Cups in reverse that maybe there was somebody that you love that treated you in a way or did something that made you feel like they were holding back their love or weren't showing this love to you in this situation that was very painful, that you had to heal from. Okay, so now, well, there we go. Ace of Swords. So truth is coming out in this situation. So there is some truth. There's a conversation now, albeit maybe a tough conversation. But now that the healing's done, there is this ability to have a discussion and some clarity around the circumstances. And I do feel like this is a reconciliation from the past in order to talk about this emotional fulfillment. That's possibly you being the Knight of Cups, possibly, a Virgo here, but the King of Cups, like I said, is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And I mean, it doesn't have to be that I am feeling that. And then we do have Gemini here as well. But I do feel like, and then some Libra as well. Okay, so it might be any one of those sun, moon, or rising signs. But I do feel here with the Ace of Swords that this is a communication that's going to reveal a truth, that's going to allow you to be able to move forward and have a new beginning. Okay, now we will get the Lenormand cards and ask for clarity here regarding pile number 2's next big blessing. We have Spirit for pile number 2's next big blessing. We have the Fox. And we have the Sun. And we have the Crossroads. So I think there was something that happened in the past that maybe you didn't have clarity on or was very disappointing. The fox can speak of career, okay? But the fox can also speak of somebody who is sneaky and sly. And I do feel like somebody probably cheated you or was sneaky or did something that hurt you, that you're able to shed some light on with some conversation. Maybe there's some missing information that comes out about this situation or this person. And I do see here with there being the sun and then the crossroads that there's now some light as to where the direction is going. So maybe there was some, you were unclear as to where to move in your path because you needed clarity or you needed an apology or you needed some resolution with somebody who wasn't being clear, who might have been self-serving. There was some healing that was required, but I do feel like there is some conversation that allows for some clarity and some happiness in you being able and confident in choosing your next path or where you want to go. And I do feel like there is some love to be had here. There is this emotional fulfillment that's able to open up, from having this dialogue and this healing and this understanding of a situation that maybe had no closure. So yeah, this does look very positive. And I did ask Spirit, my intentions were something big. So this is definitely something that you would know about, because I did ask for the next big blessing coming forward for you guys. So this is definitely Spirit's way to tell you what the next big blessing is around the corner. All right, so pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If it did not resonate, feel free to check out one of the other 2 piles or sorry, the other 3 piles. And if you were drawn to any one of the other piles, there may be some messages in there for you as well. Okay, this does seem a little similar to pile number 1, so you might want to go check that one out. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. See you soon. Bye, guys. Hello, my beautiful souls. Pile number 3, if you pick this onyx angel, then this will be your reading. I absolutely love this angel. Isn't she beautiful? It's actually my daughter's, but she's so beautiful. All right, so not ready yet, spirits. We will ask for the next big blessing for pile number 3. What is the next big blessing? In spirit, we are so blessed and grateful. We ask for a clear and concise message for pile number 3 and the next big blessing for them. And pile number 3, I'm so blessed and honored to read your energy. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy. All right, what do we have here for pile number 3? Next big blessing. Now, I do feel like I need to clear the energy. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We do have the Devil in reverse. And we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I do see, I feel like this is something very close to your heart space, something you emotionally really care about here because of the cups and even the 10 of Pentacles, which speaks of our legacy, our abundance. So let's start at the beginning. So the 9 of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card. So it could be somebody who has been through a lot, who might be just standing their ground. They haven't given up yet, but they are kind of in a position to maybe even defend themselves, but they're not giving up quite just yet because they know what it is that they want and they can fight for what it is that they want, but they might be in a protective stance right now because of situations or circumstance. Okay, and because I do see these all in reverse here, that there is some sort of blockage. Maybe the stance is in knowing what it is that you wanted, which could very well be this this cup of love. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, it's because it speaks of an emotional new beginning. Okay, but the one for me could very well be a new beginning in loving oneself, okay, so that they are free and have the ability to move forward emotionally, so they're emotionally available to move on to the Two of Cups, which is sharing love with another. And I feel with it in reverse, potentially you were in a situation that wasn't allowing you to fill your cup, okay, and I see here with the Knight of Cups, meaning, you know, your knight in shining armor coming in, extending this cup of love, potentially never really happened. And your Ten of Pentacles here in reverse, kind of maybe you are identifying getting this cup offering with you, you know, being able to plant a solid, stable future for the family, for you. What did that look like? You know, because obviously, if you're emotionally wanting to have a family, you would need to, you know, find your other half in order to kind of build your foundation and your legacy. And I feel as though maybe some of you guys had to kind of accept or give up the fact that that Ten of Pentacles wasn't really coming in. But the fact that we still have the Nine of Wands here, and I do see the Devil here in reverse, that I feel like a lot of you guys have been working on identifying, you know, letting go maybe of holding yourself in an unhealthy situation that wasn't allowing you to give yourself this love, and also not give up on obtaining this Ten of Pentacles that I can see you clearly want. Okay, so there is you trying to fight for this, but there is also this need to give self-love. There is trying to do some work on releasing toxic energies and devil energies, but there is an identifier here of wanting this Ten of Pentacles, this ultimate abundance, and a cup of love that never really came from, you know, the individual in which you maybe were wanting to pursue or wanting to see this cup of love being offered from. Okay, so let's go ask Spirit for another row here for pile number 3. What's the next big blessing coming in for pile number 3? Thank you. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. And we have the Justice in reverse. And we have the Queen of Swords. And we've got the Empress. Wow, lots of power. Okay. So we do have Capricorn, we have Libra, and we also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again. So lots of Libra. And Venus here, which would be Libra, I believe, as well. Okay, so let's read the second row. We have somebody who needs to emotionally walk away from something that's causing them pain, that maybe they're emotionally attached to, that decides to just leave and walk away. But with it in reverse, there's an inability to move forward from a tough situation. Okay, so maybe even with this Nine of Wands, instead of moving forward, you've taken this defensive stance. Maybe you're holding your own and, you know, holding out, or not wanting to move forward from a situation to stand for what it is that you want. I see you still kind of hanging on here. And with this Justice card in reverse, I see there needing to be an apology coming forward in a situation that where you've been done wrong, where, you know, justice wasn't served, where you weren't really winning the situation, and, you know, potentially you still never really got this apology. But coming with this Queen of Swords and this Empress, I feel as though two things: either you get this apology from this person and there's this very clear communication that allows you to break through understanding a situation and break this devil energy, for you to mentally understand and discuss with clarity what it is that you need and want to move forward, to allow you to step into this Empress power, because this Empress is such an abundant queen. I mean, the Empress is even more abundant than this Ten of Pentacles. This is the most abundant card, so it has more than this Ten of Pentacles. This is the divine female here. Okay, so I feel as though this conversation, this ability to understand more in a situation allows you to step into this Empress power. Okay, now this could very well be, if you are not identifying as the person who, if you're not identifying as the person who is waiting for an apology, you could very well be the person who identifies yourself as the person who needs to apologize. And if you are identifying with that person, then I do see you coming forward to provide an apology that allows you to show your love and free you from, you know, because the Devil in reverse, it's freeing you from maybe feeling tied to a situation where you were unable to heal from because maybe you knew that you owed someone an apology and couldn't move past this until you apologize to someone. Okay, so there's definitely, I see someone needing to right some wrongs, and there being some clarity and some communication, and somebody stepping into their power, either from hearing communication that allows them to free themselves, or they have communication and they free themselves by having this communication. Okay, so we have the Magician in reverse. 2 more spirits. The Hierophant in reverse. Next big blessing for pile number 3. And the 4 of Wands. Okay, the 4 of Wands is the marriage card. It is building a stable foundation, a unity, a celebration, coming together of families to build this, you know, to be able to build this 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like with this Hierophant in reverse, there was this could certainly be the marriage card, and with it in reverse could be the end of a marriage, or at least a belief of an end of a marriage. And I feel even with the Magician card here in reverse that there was this maybe somebody being a little bit manipulative in the way that they were communicating, or trying to guide something in a way that was going to get them what it was that they wanted, despite other people's emotions. Because the Magician here speaks of manifesting one's creations. It also speaks of time and communication. And I just feel like with it in reverse, maybe there was communication that, you know, that looked like it might have put the marriage at risk or compromised the stability here. But with the 4 of Wands coming out here, I feel like the stability has been rebuilt, that the marriage is back on, that the unity is back on, that you're able to have a communication and an apology that never came through identifying a solution. You're able to now build that foundation that you required, especially here with the Empress. You do see, you know, this, like I said, this is like the most fruitful card here in abundance, right? This is the most abundant card. So the abundant card allows you to now build this foundation and this future happiness. Okay, so we'll ask Spirit for one more card here for the next big blessing for pile number 3. What is the next big blessing for pile number 3? Oh, the 5 of Pentacles. Now it is upright, and we're going to get 3 more cards here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wow. So the blessings coming in, they seem like I do know when I rewatch is that this is definitely going to be positive for somebody, but it sounds so heavy for me that it almost sounds very like, if this is your big blessing, like, oh my goodness. Okay. So 5 of Pentacles is the down and out card, okay? So 5 of Pentacles is someone who's left out in the cold, who doesn't get what it is that they're needing or wanting because of the fact that they just feel like they're just not getting what it is that they want. And they could very well look somewhere else, but they're choosing to maybe continue down their path of really trying to you know how sometimes when you get really, really sad and you just want to cry your eyes out, and you could very well just say, I'm done with it, and get dressed and ready and leave and go skydiving, right? Like, this is someone who's like, I'm going to just sit here and cry in my room for 3 days, right? So it is someone who is really down and out and kind of choosing to really flush out sort of emotions and feelings. And maybe you felt like you were slighted by somebody here. And I do see here with the Three of Swords that this is heartbreak, but it is in reverse. So it's like maybe you felt like you've been separated from someone that you loved, or some heartbreak, but within reverse there is some mending that happens here with your heart specifically, because we have the King of Cups coming out, and the King of Cups is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And with the Judgment, it's like you get the desired outcome when it comes to healing of your heart, because of the love and the compassion that's around you with this masculine energy, with this King of Cups. Okay, so I do see that this stability, or this building of this marriage, this unity, whatever you consider marriage. I mean, it could be families coming together, it could be partners building their next stage. And I see like one thing ending and one thing kind of being built from this. And it could be that something that was called off at one point in time that brought great pain is now allowing judgment to take place, which is this reckoning, this awakening, and this ability now to move forward to create this abundant stability, which was exactly what it was that I saw here you wanting to have, but were either blocked or held back in some way. But now stepping into this Empress power, you know, you're able to build this stability for yourself. And if this King of Cups is, you know, if you're recognizing this King of Cups as kind of one that you're emotionally involved with, coming forward and potentially offering an apology, you know. But I do see this, maybe somebody you considered your husband, maybe it was someone in a long-term relationship, because we do have the Hierophant in reverse. And then it could very well be somebody who was looking out for their best interest, okay? But they are coming forward here. There is compassion, there is love, there is healing, and there is this karma that is now laid. Whoever has wronged you will now kind of need to reap their actions. All right, so I did ask Spirit for the next big blessing, and this is kind of what they're showing me. So obviously this was huge for you, because I didn't ask for just any blessing. I said the next big blessing. We will ask for 3 cards here from Spirit for clarity for pile number 3. Thank you, Spirit. We see, okay, well, we'll take that too. Ooh, the snake coming out, the fox coming out. We've got some deception here. And we got clarity. So this is very familiar to the other piles. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know what's going on here with the collective, but this could represent the other woman. Deception could also represent healing. And I feel like this mixed bag of all 3. Potentially there was someone else or some third-party interference. Now just take what resonates for you if you aren't aware of somebody deceiving you. Because we do have here the fox, which the fox also speaks of deception. And I think that because the snake came first, that you might be the other lady, actually. And maybe you did not realize, because the fox is deception after the fact. And this is kind of, you're the significator. So I feel like maybe, yeah, maybe somebody was manipulative in using you in such a way that you've identified that you're the other lady and that you've had to heal from, or you've identified there is another, you know, I mean, in the Lenormand, that's another lady. So, but I do see healing happening here. And I also see with the Lenormand cards being the sun at the end, that there is now light shed on a situation that provides clarity and even contentment. Okay, so Judgment card, the Sun, the Empress, the Ace of Cups, which is really now an ability to love oneself, to identify where you can now have an emotional new beginning. I feel like you're now freed from this situation, and this is probably something that you've needed some resolution on for quite some time, because this is a big blessing coming forward. But with the Sun card, this is happiness, this is contentment, this is clarity on a situation that might have been very challenging. Okay, so I wish you guys the very best. Pile number 3. Thank you so much. If you resonated with this, you most likely will resonate with pile number 2 and maybe even pile number 1. So if you were inclined to click on that, feel free to go check that out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye. Hello, my beautiful. Pile number 4. If you pick this hematite angel, then pile number 4, this is your reading, and I sure hope this is going to be a lot more positive than the other 3 piles. I intended on giving messages from Spirit around a big blessing, and I mean, maybe those, you know, those piles, it is a big blessing, but I just felt a lot of pain coming from all 3 piles, and maybe some closure, which is always nice. But yeah, I guess closure is nice, but just so much pain and heartache, and I just feel for pile number 1 through 3. So I am hoping Spirit is clear and concise here for pile number 4. We're asking for the next big blessing for pile number 4. Thank you, Spirit. And pile number 4, I'm so blessed and thankful for you allowing me to tap into your energy. So we have the 6 of Swords, and we have the Justice in reverse. What else do we have here, Spirit, for pile number 4? The Ace of Cups in reverse. What else do we have here? We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, did you come here from pile number 3? Okay, well, this is the basic structure, so we will pull more rows to get your big blessing. But what I see here is someone moving away from some mental anguish, from a situation that was very up and down, very uncertain, very chaotic, and moving away from it into calmer waters, more peaceful times, which is nice. Okay, however, I see here with the Justice in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse that there was an apology that was owed to you, and maybe someone was unfair, which is probably why you had to move away from a situation which was unfair. Somebody probably did something in which they owed you an apology. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, this is, you know, an Ace of Cups is the emotional new beginning, the startings of an emotional offering. It is the cup of love for self. With it in reverse, maybe you were just feeling like emotionally you were unable to enjoy yourself or move forward with the starting of an emotional beginning in an area of your life. Now, I think that with the Ace of Swords, this also speaks of a new beginning, but it's clarity and communication and the beginning of identifying maybe even a painful truth, but that allows you to move forward. So maybe, you know, through communication, you were able to move forward to calmer waters, but there's been this state of boredom, this apathy, this not really seeing what was good in front of you, not even accepting love that might be offered or enjoyment, or seeing things for, maybe for the love that's being given around you, kind of more being bored and not interested, discontent, not really wanting to enjoy oneself. Okay, so let's take a look at the next row and see what Spirit has to say about pile number 4 and our next big blessing. Thank you, Spirit. Next big blessing, pile number 4, what's coming in? Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the 9 of Pentacles upright. 2 more cards. We got the 8 of Wands. And we got the Hermits. Wow, what contrasting energies here. This is Virgo And the Eight of Wands speaks of, you know, a shake-up, maybe a new development, a breakthrough, but a breakthrough in maybe being able to pull away for some introspection. So maybe, you know, you've been stuck in this boredom for some time, not really being able to fully enjoy what's going on around you. Okay, so I do see here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse that this is an unbalanced situation, maybe, you know, where sometimes in life we're the givers and we donate and we put in energy, and sometimes we're on the side of life where we have to receive and we are in a position where we can't give of ourselves. And I just feel like there's this inability to give, or there was an inability to give or be able to balance things out. Okay, but now I see the tides turning here, because with the Nine of Pentacles, this is somebody who is very independently stable, who has successfully built themselves up, and who, you know, this is the accomplishment card, like what you were able to kind of do on your own and build on your own and stand and be proud of what you've built. And with the Eight of Wands, it speaks of communication, also speaks of travel, speaks of movement, but I feel like this is giving you some introspection on really looking at the deep things that potentially matter. So I don't know if, you know, maybe you guys had to pull away abruptly from a situation that will give you some deeper view or some meaning behind what it is that has transpired in the last little bit, that's going to allow you to be more in your independent Nine of Pentacles stage. So let's take a look at the next row here for pile number 4's next big blessing. Thank you, Spirit. Next big blessing for pile number 4. We got the King of Cups. We got the Nine of Swords. And we got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we do have Virgo here. We have Libra here with the King of Cups. We have water energy, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now I do see this King, okay, this Pisces King, which could very well be you. But with the anxiety here, maybe there was some anxiety about moving in with into doing something that you kind of wanted to drive forward, because the Knight of Wands speaks of this passion, this desire to press in, to move forward, to strike kind of when the iron's hot. It's really quick energy, as well as the Eight of Wands. It is very quick energy, but there's this anxiety or this depression, because I think deep down there is some tied emotions. There's some, you are tied by your heartstrings to something that you're emotionally attached to, that's not allowing you to move forward in a direction that you've been wanting to through contemplation. Yeah, not able to invest through contemplation, wanting to move forward, maybe discontent with a love offering here, not able to, yeah, really move forward in an area that you've been emotionally invested in. It's giving you nightmares. It's giving you maybe repetitive mental thoughts that's not, that you're kind of, you know, wanting to move away from. Okay, so let's see. Next big blessing for pile number 4, Spirit. What's the next big blessing for pile number 4? Okay, the Temperance in reverse. So the Temperance speaks of balance and healing. And with it in reverse, I see that there's still a need for healing, definitely. And there is a need to alchemize things in a way that allows there to be a balanced outcome. There certainly is a need for balance here with Justice and the Temperance in reverse and the Six of Pentacles. So I truly believe there's identifying that the balance that you needed in a situation is all stemming from your actions and your ability to move forward. And I feel with the Hermit here that you do identify and have anxiety about what it's going to take to move forward in a situation where you're going to have to balance things out because emotionally you're invested in a situation that you've been kind of holding yourself back. And I do feel like there is going to be some clarity that allows you to see this. Now, whether you move forward or not is really going to be up to you, but I feel like you're mentally held back here because of maybe a mindset or an inability to move forward. But I do feel like there is this new understanding and this clarity around really what's the holdup, what's been holding you back here, okay? So let's take a look at clarity here from Spirit for pile number 4 regarding our next big blessing. What's the next big blessing here? Can we get some clarity here? Ooh, okay, so we have the book. Uh-oh. We have the heart, and we have the home. Okay, well, this is a beautiful story. I feel like with the book, there's something hidden, and potentially could be hidden emotions regarding heart matters. So these heart matters are coming out. So possibly there was some holding back of emotions. There was this need to balance things out and move forward. There was a want to drive in quickly. But I feel like the heart matters are open, and you can see here the guy and the girl and the animals here. And then with the house, I feel like this allows for there to be a happy stability, family, and an opportunity at a future here that allows for stability here with the number 4. So yeah, I think you were probably held back in a situation. Maybe you felt like you weren't able to love yourself or give this apology. But there is some identifying that, you know, that the balance needs to happen in order to allow feelings to be revealed, because there's these hidden secrets or this hidden information. Now, if you weren't holding back your feelings, and if you feel as though maybe you were in a situation where you weren't receiving, expect an apology. Expect someone to come forward to balance things out here. Because I do feel here with the heart, which speaks of the heart matters and love and relationships, you know, coming after this book, that there was some hiding of emotions. If it was like this, definitely, you know, I would say that things are still in the hidden. But the fact that the heart is after the book, that there is some love now being shared and revealed that allows for this stable home. You know, this is happy home. This is a home, a stability based on love. This is a new opportunity at stability based on foundation of love, you know. And there does need to be healing for sure here, but I do feel like there is some heavy anxiety otherwise if this doesn't move forward, because there is this desire to want to move forward here with the Knight of Wands. Desire, passion, being kind of held back. Okay, so let's just get some clarifiers here for this Temperance in reverse, just to see if we get any more clarity here. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so that's the sickle or the scythe. And that is a very challenging card in the Lenormand, but it is putting an end. Okay, the coffin. Those are both ending cards. Those are cutting off cards. Putting an end, cutting off, and an obstacle. Okay, so I feel like potentially there was a need to cut off or put an end, or there has been some blockage or some cutting off of emotions and some feelings that was causing some blockage. And the blockage was the main blockage of what was not allowing you to move forward in a situation. So there was no balance because of the fact that there was this mountain, right? Like you couldn't get past this obstacle. And you know, these pretty much almost mean the exact same thing. The scythe is putting an end to something, cutting something off. And maybe you were cut off or felt cut off from your emotions, or had to cut off communication or your emotions, or put something to end. So it could be putting an end to cutting off of emotions, right? Because really, I feel like this blockage wasn't allowing you to let your emotions come out and allow the stability that I feel that you want. But I do see here that there was this imbalance or this inability to move forward, and there was this heavy contemplation and some reflection and a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety. Okay, so you can expect to free yourself from maybe holding back emotions. That allows you to be free. I do feel, though, that there needs to be some healing still, and I do feel as though maybe any obstacles that were in your way now can be addressed, because I can't help but see that this ended in a mountain, which means there's still an obstacle here that needs to be addressed, but there is a sense of freedom in opening that book and allowing the feelings to be free, and maybe not being in that mental anguish. Okay, so this is what I have here. Sorry for the mess pile. Pile number 4. All 4 piles were a little sad, but I think what I see here is a lot of healing. So I think the collective is doing a lot of healing, which is phenomenal. And yeah, just keep working on yourself. And, you know, if this resonated, you might resonate with the other piles as well. So you might want to check that out. If you haven't subscribed, then please do so. Leave a like, leave a comment, and thank you so much. See you soon. Bye, guys.